beauties, so welcome back to the beauty room. I have a little bit of an update. Well, it's not an update, it's more of like a let's talk a little bit about these empties from January to March. I know I've uploaded like the separate mini short videos of like the basic lineup of what I have used or what I haven't. Well, not that I haven't. Things that I ended up finishing up. You know what I mean. It's a little late, so I'm a little tired. But that's not the point. So we have, I still haven't gotten rid of it because I want to talk to you beauties a little bit of some of my favorites from the empty stockpile from January to March, like I said. So we got some here, and then we got more in here. These are the most recent, like let's say March. So why don't we get a little comfortable because we're going to talk a few products. We're not going to talk every single thing that's in the stockpile, but we're going to talk a few. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so welcome back, beauties. Like I said, we're going to discuss a little bit of some of the empties from January to March. What did I think about some of them? What were some of my favorites? So let's get right into it. So to start off, we're going to start like a skincare area here. So I did have a Kindly Skin cleanser, the foaming face wash. It's just a basic foaming face wash. It's nothing big, nothing glamorous. But I did use this in my morning routine. Not because it was going to do something special, but because I know when I'm going to use makeup. Like, try to do heavy use, especially for work. So I'm not going to use my best products early in the morning if I'm going to put on makeup right behind it, because it's not going to allow it to work. So I used the foaming face wash on the days I was going to put on makeup for work and stuff like that. So when I did come back, I would use the products that I would want to work on my skin to help clear certain areas up. So this was just the starter kit before doing the whole look. So an oldie but goodie, because I know it's back, because it kind of disappeared from the Ulta website and I hadn't seen it either on Benefit, but I did see it back recently. It is the Benefit Total Moisture Facial Cream. This was a lifesaver for me for a while. I don't know if you can see the label because of the lights. There we go. This was a lifesaver for me, and I say that because I suffer from dry skin, and in the winter it hits really hard on my skin and I get patchy and it gets ugly. Let's just leave it at that. And this was one of my favorites because it used to keep my skin in line. During the winter it wouldn't get dry. It would help heal it and stuff like that. So I've been using this one for night times, and like it says total moisture. So it's definitely a nice moisturizing cream, especially on dry skin. Alright, so I know back in September, one of the oldie but goodie favorite makeup companies shut down, and that was Becca Cosmetics. And one of my favorite products from Becca was the First Light Priming Filter, which is the purple primer. I was sad when they announced the news because this was my favorite. Again, dry skin, and this was definitely soothing, moisturizing, and like prepped my skin so well with like for foundation and everything like that. I really loved this primer, and it's so sad that Becca's gone because now this is done. But I do have one more because I did buy before things went completely away. So I don't want to say a stockpile, but I did buy an extra because I wanted to have one more in stock before I wouldn't find it anymore. Alright, sticking to body care and skincare. One of my, I don't want to say it's favorites, but it's something that I did absolutely end up liking. And it's because like the way it feels, the way it smells, and like especially when you're trying to treat yourself, it just feels amazing. I haven't seen like extremely like changing results, but it just feels nice, even though it's a little expensive. I like to buy when it's on sale. It is the Truly products. As you can see, I have some of these here. This was the smaller size of the Acai Your Boobies Boob Butter. This was probably like a gift set. And then I have the Anti-Cellulite Body Serum. I did like this one. I really did. And the smell kind of reminds me of something that I don't like. I cannot describe it right now. But I did like it. It felt nice on my legs right after like a shower. That's when I like to use these products, mostly like right after a shower, and like you smell nice and feel good throughout the day, especially at night when you're about to go to bed and you like take a nice hot shower after the long day. These felt great. But the booby butter, a little goes a long way, because otherwise your boob's gonna look a little purple. And I don't mean it like in like a silly way, but it does leave a little purple if you put too much. And the smell. I mean, it's empty, but it still smells good. Alright, the one thing I can never do wrong with or go wrong with is the Forfrey Beauty face milks. These just feel so great on my face during my whole nighttime routine. Obviously, you could wear it any time of the day, morning, night, whatever, because it says you could apply it when needed. But it just feels great after a long day. After you wash your face, clean it, everything, it feels great. Alright, so sticking with the theme of skincare, let me tell you what combo I absolutely fell in love with. And it was the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Watermelon Cleanser, the Jelly Cleanser, and the Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. When they say double cleanse is a good idea because makeup tends to stay in certain areas when you're trying to clean it up. But this combo right here, even though you can still find this one on the e.l.f. website. I know Ulta still had it recently, but they were on sale. So I don't know if it's still there anymore because I did get another one on sale for like about $1.99 not that long ago. And then the cleansing balm was like part of the e.l.f. Trend Mood Takeover box. And I did use up the whole box already. I finished everything that was in there. But this and this together, it was my favorite combo because I felt like it got everything cleaned up. Like this took away about, I don't want to say 100% of the makeup, but it took about like at least 90 to 95% off. Where I would just use this to clean the rest of my face off and get those little pesky spots that were still left. The way my skin felt afterwards felt so smooth, so hydrated. Like, you know how there's still there are certain cleansers that you might use and you don't feel like it does the trick because you still feel like maybe I need to put something else on. It could feel hydrated and moisturized. With these two, especially with this one, I felt like I didn't have to keep adding product on, even though I have my little nighttime routine. But it just felt nice. And it made my skin feel clean. Like, I have to stop saying like so much. But it definitely felt very clean, very smooth, very hydrated. A little went a long way. And this combo got everything off. And it felt great. Speaking of e.l.f., I did try the Mint Melt Foaming Cleanser. The cleanser itself feels good. Feels smooth. It cleans. But I still prefer the jelly one, the watermelon jelly cleanser, over this one. But I had two of these. One that I had bought and one that was like a free gift from an e.l.f. order. I don't know if anyone else had this issue. But the pump wouldn't bring out any product after a certain amount of time. And I thought it was just the one bottle, but it happened with both bottles. The pump would just get stuck and then I wouldn't get as much product out. To the point where sometimes I would just have to do this and try to pour some out. And that's not great. Because then I'm wasting more product than what I should be using. I had so much high hopes with it. But like the whole trouble with the pump kind of ruined it. Because I did want to love it. It's good. I like it better than the Kylie one. But the pump just gave up. Like not even halfway through. And on two bottles. So If anyone had that issue, let me know down below. So, keeping in with makeup and skincare and prepping my skin, I did try the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. I have iffy feelings about it. It's not completely horrible. It's okay. But not pumping it out, but like trying to put some on my hand, it felt like, it says it's not silicone, but it looks like silicone, because the way it will just dangle when I would like try to pour it, it will just like, and it felt weird. Like, I've tried other Wet n Wild primers that I like better than this one. Like, it was okay, but I don't think I'm gonna buy this one again. I am using currently though the yellow one, which is like the color correct. I did like it, and I will be posting something about it on TikTok, so keep an eye out. So, still sticking in the whole Wet n Wild theme, I did try the Big Pop mascara. I will say at first I wasn't completely thrilled, because when I would open it, I mean, I did finish it now, but like when I would open it, there was just like so much product that would be grabbed by the wand. And to me, the wand isn't my favorite. Oh, there is still a little bit on the tip. But if you could see, it's not like my favorite type. It just looks a little messy. But when I tell you, looks can be deceiving, because it looks messy on the wand, but when you would apply, it will lift my lashes so beautifully. It's not dramatic, because it kept it more into like a natural look, but it did lift them. And what I will say surprised me, it doesn't flake. I had no flaking at all. From beginning of this mascara to the end of the tube, from early in the day till late at night, no flaking. One of my favorites in that sense. It's not a dramatic mascara, but I did like it. And I do also have sensitive eyes, and it didn't irritate me or anything, so this was a surpriser. Speaking of surprises, it may be a mini bottle, but the NYX matte finish setting spray, I will say, having to wear a mask for work in this pandemic has made me look at setting sprays like a whole new way. Like, some that I thought were my favorite aren't my favorite anymore, and there's others that have completely shocked me. And I say that because with the mask, you can see how much makeup transfers over, and with this one, I barely had anything transfer onto the mask. That's how much I liked it. Let me show you what used to be one of my favorites. Remember how this one used to be all the hype? This one used to be my favorite. I still think it's okay, but it's not my favorite anymore, because I felt like it didn't keep everything on when I had to wear a mask. And that's how I'm saying it made me rethink setting sprays, because there's a lot that I used to like that I don't like anymore, or some that I didn't think I would like that I ended up liking, that kept everything in place and nothing transferred onto the mask, and everything stayed on all day and all night. So this one opened up my eyes. So I did finish my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I never thought I would necessarily say this, but after having played around with a couple different mascaras lately, this one became my number one favorite. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with this one, but to me, I feel like you get a full coverage with this foundation. It's one of the very few foundations that I tend to find like a match for my skin tone. But although for some time when I didn't, well, it's a better match to my skin tone. And this one is in Natural Beige that I finished, and it's still my favorite to this day. I'm playing with a few new ones, but the coverage and the match still hasn't been beat for me. So in this pandemic, everything has been cleaning, keep everything clean, sanitized, whatever. This hand sanitizer, this is a spray one. It's sweet pineapple and honey melon. I like this in the sense that you could spray it and it won't feel sticky, but it just feels so, like, it feels so good on your hands because you're not getting like the whole, when you put too much with gel ones, it feels like you feel dirty. No, not with this one. But the best part of all is the scent to this one. It reminds me of Skittles. I haven't been able to find the spray one again because I bought this at Ulta a while ago. I bought like 3 bottles and I'm done with all 3. But I'm telling you, I did love it. I love the scent, the feel, and it has 64% alcohol. So you get a good amount of alcohol for that you need to sanitize your hands with. But the smell reminds me of Skittles every single time. Alright, speaking of sanitizer, I had the Boscia alcohol antiseptic hand sanitizer, and this is 80%. 80% alcohol. And I believe it. Because when I would spray this on my hands, it legit, all you smell is alcohol. Like, it did clean your hands, but the smell was pure alcohol. It's not my favorite, but it got the job done. I still prefer the Hemp's one. Mighty Patches from Hero Cosmetics. This is all-time fave for me. I've tried so many patches for acne. I'm out of these because I just found this written today. And then I have a couple breakouts there and a couple here. But anytime that I have the Mighty Patches, they work great for me. They're one of my favorites, but I'm out and I need a refill. Alright, so when it comes to exfoliating, I have been using the Facial Radiance pads from First Aid Beauty. This is one of the couple brands I have tried in pads, and it's become one of my favorites. The only thing, it could be pricey, so I tend to use my Ulta points on it. I have tried this one, and I have tried the e.l.f. ones. I still prefer these, so whenever I get the chance, or if I see them on sale, which is rarely, these are the ones I go to. Alright, so the last product I'm going to touch on a bit, because there's a lot of empties. Some of them are multiples of the same product from January to March. But I just want to touch on this one also real quick, because it's the Maui Moisture Lightweight Hydration and Hibiscus Water Detangler. I like to use detangler when I finish washing my hair, so it doesn't get like so caught up on the hairbrush. And I usually tend to have a lot of knots right after, so I like to use detangler to speed up the process, to comb out my hair easier, right? I had high hopes for this, and I hated it. The part that made me hate it was the scent to it. I hated the fragrance. It's not like the shampoo. The smell of this one was just a little more funkier. And it didn't feel as light for my hair. I like a light detangler, so it doesn't leave your hair greasy. And this just didn't do it for me. It says for all hair types, but I didn't like it. Alright, beauty, so that was a little bit of a touch-up from some of the products I wanted to talk and share with you about from January to March. Like I said, there's a lot, and I mean a lot, because there was like hair care, which is still one of my favorites, Dove Hairspray. We had nail polish. We had fragrances. This is Versace Bright Crystal, another of my favorites. I think I've said it before, so that's why I didn't talk about it this time. Oh, this one, the hemp CBD scalp serum. It smelled very minty, and I did use a little bit, not all the time when I wash my hair, but certain occasions. And I just felt like my hair smelled minty for a while. It's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying, I definitely smell mint on this one, even though it's eucalyptus and tea tree oil. And then, what else did I use? I used the Pixie spray. I mean, not major comments on this. It's okay, but it's not like my absolute favorite. But yeah, we had more face milks, fuller size. And then more of the other bottle that also got stuck. Urban Decay setting spray. Brush cleaner. This was okay. This was the Ulta brand one. I'm currently using the It Cosmetics one. The It Brush Cleaner. Oh, real quick. Some of these Wet n Wild sprays. This is the rose one. I don't like the cucumber one because I hate the smell of cucumber. But the rose, I did like. And I like to use these as a... It's supposed to be like a primer. They call it a 3-in-1 because they say you could set your face with it. But I don't use it for that. I like to use it as a prep before the primer. And it has helped with my makeup, the way that it looks. And also... hydrating my skin a little bit better, if we want to say it that way. But it definitely helped with the look overall before primer and having everything grip on. So I did like that. So that was a quick little roundup of all the empties. Like I said, January to March. We are currently obviously in April. So we'll be having April empties in May. But if you want to see the longer version or the shorter version that I've been doing recently, let me know. Which versions do you prefer? And if you still want like a roundup quarterly, kind of like we did today. So I hope you beauties enjoyed this little roundup. Once again, don't forget to catch up on my different social media channels. Always look up Chrissy's Beauty Room. TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, which I still have to go on. But if you beauties want to see a video on anything in the future, just let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow up on the different social media channels like Instagram and all that. And then I'll be seeing you beauties here in the beauty room real soon. Bye beauties.